Hey guys, welcome back into another episode of Slightly Serious.
I'm Nick.
I'm Zane, and we're back. How you doing, brother?
I'm pretty well. I got my brace off right now because I just don't feel like wearing it, but it's still busted up.
Still busted? Like, is it still like?
I went to the doctor, and they basically just said, "Hey, it's the same thing that we said before. You sprained your wrist or whatever, and sprained your bicep, and we can put you on a weight restriction. You can't do anything more than 5 pounds, and so I can't do it. I can't go back to work, and so I'm on workers' comp, and I'm just gonna not cough and rest. I'm still gonna cough because I smoke, but no, I feel good. I feel really good, and I went on a huge trip this weekend. Well, not really the weekend, is it? It is the weekend.
I mean,
Friday.
it's
Sunday.
You went to the beginning, and we're now at the end of it, so it's nice and fresh in your mind.
Oh, it's so good.
So I know last week you talked about potentially getting like those Duncan Trussell tickets.
I got them.
So you pulled the trigger on that.
I pulled the trigger. That's why I accidentally sent you that text message, and I said you need to call off, and you're like, bro, I can't.
Where like I thought I might have been invited.
Yeah.
And then
I accidentally
invited
Zane.
me in the heart.
Yeah.
Immediately, like, actually, that
couldn't go
wasn't
anyway.
meant for you.
You couldn't go anyway.
I know, but it was like, I was at least
I sent him a text message, and I was like, hey, I got Duncan Trussell tickets. You better call off. And he's like, I can't. And I was like, sorry, that was not meant for you. It was meant for my girl.
But anyway, so how'd they go?
It went well. She and I decided to go, but we decided to go because I impulsively bought the tickets. We originally were looking at tickets. They were like $198, and then we found some for like $98, and then I found two for $65, and I was like, I'm gonna buy that shit.
What the fuck was that noise?
You like that? I can do that all day.
Sorry, audio listeners are gonna love that one.
Oh yeah. Wait till you hear my song for you today. But anyway, they love that. They love that. They
Song time with Nick.
No, they don't care. No one cares. Anyway, we went on the trip then, and we also stayed overnight at a hotel, and we also decided we were going to go to the aquarium in Newport and do it all at once. So we did. And first thing, we went to Newport Aquarium, and it was supposed to open at 10 a.m. Got there around like 11:30 noon, and there's a line out the fucking door. Everybody's got a stroller.
Yeah.
Kids in a stroller.
I was also surprisingly nice Friday, which is probably why it was like probably one of the first times people had a chance.
It was raining there.
It was raining? It's indoors though, isn't it?
Well, the places, yeah. But so when you get to the parking garage, it's connected as you go up to like this outdoor mall area. And then there's an indoor mall as well. And I'm going to tell you some cool stuff we found in there as well. I found this shop in this place. And I'm just going to get to that right now. I mean, it is amazing. People are going to want to hear about this. This is called Native. All right. It's a Native brand clothing store. And it's in Newport, Kentucky, like right by the Newport Aquarium. And it's in this indoor mall space. And I walk in there, and the first thing I see, I'm like shooting you pictures of. It's like this podcast equipment. And I'm like, oh, is this for sale? Like, what the fuck am I seeing here? These bright blue chairs, like baby blue chairs, and this awesome sound bar, and this equipment, and then this Native blanket across it. And it's like a Skittles bag. It looks like a Skittles bag, and it just says Native. And it's just so cool. The whole aesthetic of this place is amazing. And as we're looking around at all this stuff that like you've just never seen before, like this is stuff that is sold here that you do not see in other stores. Like go there and check it out. It is wild. It's worth whatever drive to go check it out. So you get in here, and as you're looking around, you see these signs that say, I lost an eye, I lost an ear, but I never lost my focus. And you're reading these things, and it's in a mirror. So you're like, it's written on the paper backwards, and it's facing a mirror, and you're reading it backwards on this mirror. And he's like telling you this story about how there's like clues that will lead you to the portal or something. And you're like, what? He's like, there are clues hidden in the store that will lead you to the portal. And I'm like, what? And I'm like looking around. I'm like looking at all these different things. And you see this like arrow that says the portal does not exist. And you're like looking around, and I see this 7-Up machine, and it's not on. Like everything's so neon lit, and like the aesthetic of this place is so wild. I just see the 7-Up machine that's not on, but there's a pop in the bottom of it, like out already, and it's a machine that's not on. I'm like, what the fuck is up here? So I go to look at it, and I step on these like, you see like below there's like footprints. So I'm like walking on, I'm like trying to line my foot up with the footprint or something at first, and I'm like not seeing what's going on. And then the owner, I didn't even know he was the fucking owner at the time, but the dude at the front desk who just kept his head down the whole time, really didn't even acknowledge that we were there or anything like that. Just kept his head down the whole time, like he was disinterested. So we just kind of thought he was just like an employee that didn't care or anything. He's just like, "You're close, just step backwards." I'm like, "What?" Just step backwards, and the fucking 7-Up machine starts to slide away, and there's this entranceway into an all-white room that I start to enter, and my girl, I'm like, "Come over here." We walk in, she follows me in, the door shuts behind us, and a screen pops on, this huge screen. And as we're looking around, it starts to talk to us, right? And it goes, "Welcome, you are part of an online experiment about FOMO, the fear of missing out. All of this merchandise in this room is exclusive content. For instance, the person standing next to you right now might grab the very last size, and you'll never see it again." And like starts talking. He's like, "I lost an eye, I lost an ear, but I never lost my focus." And he starts to tell this story about how he was robbed. And in the process of being robbed, he lost his eye, he lost his ear, and he's created something here. He does podcasts. His name is Jay. And I'm telling you, look this up right now. He's everywhere. You just need to find him. Native Brand. Look it up. This place is wild. I would go back here. We're going to take a trip to go check it out. We're going to ask him about his podcast and all this different stuff and talk to this man. And, I ended up walking out of this place with her. And as I'm walking out of the room after we're looking at everything, and we're coming out, I look at that man one more time, and I was like, "You're him." And he looks up at me, and he has a fucking eye patch on. And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh my God, dude, what's your name?" He's like, "Jay." Mm-hmm. I started talking to him about it, and we got into this huge discussion. Man, it was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever heard of this?
No, I hadn't heard any of that. Did you find out like the name of his podcast and all that?
The name of the podcast. Now, yes, I do have it somewhere. It's on my phone. I will have to get back to you all on this.
We'll try to get the information and put it in like the description.
Yeah, I mean
this episode.
Anything that I can do to link this man, I need to show people this, and you need to understand like the effort put into creating something that is entirely different from anything you've ever seen. You're walking into a store that you don't want to leave. You're walking into a store that he tells me people just come into every day to experience, and just sometimes they just go right for that 7-Up machine, to go into the back, to be in that room, to feel that, even that feeling of what he's created. Like, he's a fucking artist. This man's an artist. The stuff, the brand, the clothing that I saw, everything looked amazing. Everything, the quality of it was amazing. How he's done what he's done took effort.
Hell yeah.
Brilliant.
That's what's up.
So yeah, that was really cool. We went to this aquarium, the Newport Aquarium. I'm gonna get back to this line, dude. This line was like, it would take us 30 minutes to get through. I'm thinking, why? We're gonna stand out here in the rain for this? Like, why? And I started asking these different people. I was like, "Hey, is this the line to buy tickets?" He's like, "I got my ticket, bro. I'm just waiting to get in." Walk to this other lady. I'm like, "Hey, what line is this?" And she's like, "Oh, I think this is the line for the special thing that's going on for women and their kids today. They get in like half price or something, like toddlers." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." And I was like, one more person. I walked up to them and I was like, "What's this line?" She's like, "I'm just trying to get a ticket." I don't know. I think I'm just trying. So I'm like, everybody's in this line. No one knows what the line is for. I was like, "Hold on, babe. Let me walk over here real quick." And I look over at this little section. It's like, walk in here if you already have your ticket. And she's already ahead of me. I mean, she's online, ready to buy tickets online. You know what I mean? She's like, "I'm not waiting in this fucking shit. You know, like, I'm going to buy a ticket right now." And as I'm walking back to her to tell her, she's like, "Babe, I'm already ahead of you. Like, I'm buying a ticket." I'm like, "Okay, so let's just walk into this thing then. It says we can walk in." And as we walk in, we realize you could have just walked in there anyway and bought a ticket right inside. Like, all those people that were standing there were literally just standing in that line. I mean, a lot of them were standing there because it was that half price thing for women and toddlers or whatever. But a lot of those people didn't even have kids.
But they thought that was the main entrance.
And so since everybody just saw other people standing in line, more people like fucking
sheep effect.
Like sheep, dude, were just following, making this line unnecessarily long when like all they had to do was just start asking a question. You know, I asked 3 different people and I got 3 different answers about this line, bro. And then the aquarium was really cool. And all I want to say about it is it was cool, but the octopus died.
The octopus died. What?
Yeah, the octopus was like the coolest part of that place. And it, like, the Ring of Fire is the area surrounding the octopus is what it was called. You walk into this aquarium. It's a huge aquarium, massive. It's like 3 times bigger than the Toledo aquarium, which is like already probably 10 times bigger than the Cleveland aquarium, which is, I mean, aquariums, a good aquarium is a good find. So this is a good aquarium. But the Ring of Fire was closed down because the octopus recently passed. So my girl and I would get all the way through this thing, and I'm like, oh, babe, like, you missed like some of my favorite parts. Like, I don't understand how we walked through this whole place and we didn't see. We must have took a wrong turn at Albuquerque or something, because I don't know where the fuck we went wrong. I missed the octopus. We missed the area you could sit in. You just want to like sit there in the dark and chill and like look at that tank the whole time. Like, so I get to the front. I'm like, I can see you can walk back through again. I'm like, we might as well walk back through. But before I do, I want to ask this guy what happened. Like, how come I'm missing out? Like, where do I go? Where did I turn wrong? And he's like, I was like, hey, man. I was like, fuck, I missed the octopus, bro. I was like, I want to walk back through there and go see the octopus. I don't know what happened. He's like, oh, the octopus died recently. He passed, or she passed. And I was like, oh, really? Yeah, we're going to get a new one. Don't worry, we will. We're going to get a new one. But yeah, it's gone. And I was like, so you closed down that whole section? He's like, yes, in remembrance, we closed down the whole section. He's like, all that's there right now are the like whatever jellies that are there. And I was like, oh yeah, we saw those. Those were cool. But
damn, octopus died.
I know. And to me, an octopus is the sexiest of the animals.
The sexiest?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not that I'm into animals or anything.
I'm not sure that's
but I think an octopus is a sexy creature. Like, for instance, if a woman gets an octopus tattoo, that is a sexy ass tattoo. Think about an octopus just like circling around your arm and then around your waist and then down around your leg and like kind of around your stomach, the tentacles. Like, that's some sexy shit. Okay, but if you put like a bear, if a woman puts like a bear on their stomach, like, that's not sexy. Or a raccoon, or like when women do like you know, I don't know. Like, a giraffe is a cool tattoo, but there's nothing sexy about a giraffe. An octopus, I could fuck with that.
I thought you were gonna go somewhere different with
I
that
won't
word.
fucking octopus, dude. No,
I can fuck that.
I could fucking octopus.
Oh god, already got our title for the week.
Yeah.
Sexy octopus. Octopi.
Octopi. Well, if it's more than one,
It's octopi.
it's octopi. Like, damn, those are some sexy
octopi are sexy. Title.
No, I don't say.
Print it and ship it.
I might have misspoke on that. Ooh,
I think
baby.
octopus are the sexiest of the animals.
I do think octopus are the sexier of the creatures. Yeah, I mean, I think there's something to be said about all those tentacles. That's all I know. The suction cups on the end of them.
There's whole sections of
ink like
people that agree with you about tentacles. So
yeah. I mean,
not my cup of tea, but
tentacle theory matches closely with wormholes and black holes and supernovas and
it's
things
definitely
of that
not
sort.
where we were going with the tentacles, but
I was trying to divert.
divert off of it.
Yeah, I was
But
trying to
hell
go
yeah!
away.
So you went to the aquarium.
I did. So it was cool. Got out of there. That's when we went to go see that native brand thing, which just was...
How'd the Duncan Trussell thing go?
And then we went to go check in at the Radisson Hotel, which has this revolving restaurant, which we didn't go see because we realized that we thought we were a lot closer to the Duncan Trussell show than we actually were. So when I originally typed it in, it looked like the aquarium was about 8 minutes away from the hotel, which was about 6 minutes away from the show. Turns out the hotel was 8 minutes away from the aquarium, which was 45 minutes away from the Duncan Trussell show.
It's not bad though.
Only because of traffic. The traffic at the time added like an extra 20 minutes. So it was only like 25 minutes back.
Yeah,
but
Cincy traffic is a nightmare.
And since the rotating restaurant up top was open from 5 until 10, in our show, we wanted to get there at 6 since it started at 7:30.
You didn't have time.
We didn't have time. So we dipped. So we get there, and we walk into this place, and it's at the Funny Bone. And if you haven't been to the Funny Bone,
I've heard of it. It's a pretty well-known like comedy spot for Ohio.
it's known to be kind of small.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't expecting how small it appeared when we walked in. It was a bar, and then there was like maybe 36 different places to sit.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a tiny little stage. And I'm thinking, holy shit. Wow, this is going to be pretty personal. Grab some drinks just for 2 drinks. And she paid, and I can't thank her enough because I'm broke as fuck. And I already bought those tickets with like the last of the money I had. I had like $12 left at this point. So I'm like banking on the fact that she's going to help me out. And she already, I mean, we planned on that. You know, she knew. But she loves me. We get these drinks, and it's like $35 alone for the 2 drinks. And I'm like, fuck, you know? So we're sitting
That's
there.
how those places make their money, man.
Bro. I mean, her whole ticket for the night was over $200. I felt so bad. I was like, I love you. I'll do whatever you want. Forever. I'll marry you. So we're sitting there having those drinks and everything like that and chilling out. And they announced that we're going to be going downstairs. And she and I are like, oh, let's get to the front of this fucking line because our tickets say first come, first serve.
So
and we're on the opposite end. We thought we were close to the stage. We sat down close to the stage because it was that small little stage. But we're on the opposite end from where everybody enters to go downstairs. So we very quickly pick up our shit as they're announcing that. And I'm like, let's fucking move. So we're going to the other side. We're like maybe 8 in line. We end up sitting right in front.
Oh, yeah.
Right in front. Super cool. For $65 for 2 tickets, we got like $198 seats.
Oh, yeah.
Which was cool. It was a good vibe. And he was phenomenal. And the people that opened for him, she might disagree with me. I thought they were pretty funny too.
Yeah, and this comedy is a thing. It's like everyone has their taste on it, so
yeah,
that kind of stuff. But so was it like a live podcast or just like a stand-up thing?
Comedy.
Just stand-up comedy?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. And it only lasted until like, I don't know, maybe 9:30.
Yeah.
We got back and we had like 10 minutes to spare. And I was like, let's go check out that rotating restaurant. So we go up there. And she this entire time is trying to convince me that the whole top part of the building is rotating. And I'm like, no. If you look down at this carpet, you'll see that this carpet is literally on like imagine a treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
In just the middle section of the floor, which is already incredibly wide, is rotating. And just this floor, the carpet alone is on like this treadmill, imagine. And it's just like rotating so slowly that it's almost imperceptible until you're kind of walking a little bit around. If you're sitting down, it's almost imperceptible until you're looking out, you see a bridge. You look down, take a couple bites, you're eating, you're talking, you're having a couple drinks, you look up, bridge isn't there. Okay?
Yeah, view changes.
It takes like an hour and a half for a full rotation. So it moves very, very slowly. But it's brilliantly made because the kitchen is in the middle of the restaurant. So the kitchen doesn't spin. The building doesn't spin. Just where everybody is sitting on the magic red carpet.
You imagine how like disorienting though, like being like the waiter. You're like, yeah, my table's over there, and you like grab some stuff, and like you used to go to that table. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna. Oh, they're over here now. Shit. All right.
That's true. That's
true.
True.
It's on table 10, which is now at 9 o'clock instead of it was at 6. Now they're at 9 now.
You're right. I didn't even think about it from like a cook's perspective or from like the
especially if like the kitchen and stuff's not rotating, so that counter stays oriented a certain way. So you start taking stuff to them, and like I've been at restaurants for like over an hour before. So like, okay, they start there, and then by the time they're bringing entrees, you're over here. So they have to like really remember who you are.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But yeah, she's trying to convince me the whole time it's the building moving, and I'm like, look, babe, it wouldn't make any sense. She's already fucked up at this point, so she's got a major excuse. We're both
it's the whole building.
So I asked, I'm like walking past, and there's a waitress walking by, and I was like, hello, ma'am. What part is it the building that's moving or is it this carpet that's moving? She's like, oh, it's just the carpet on a track. And I was like, can you please explain that to that beautiful woman over there? I was like, that woman right there, just go walk up to her and go, hey, it's the middle, it's the floor that's moving. And she did. She's like, oh, okay. She walked right up to her.
Just had to be right, huh?
I just needed to let her know, yeah.
Well, hell yeah, man. Sounds like you had a good time.
She's way smarter than me, so it's one of the few chances I have to be right.
I
have to take advantage of the fact that she's inebriated in order to be like correct on something.
Like
She'll
for once,
spew a
I
bunch
have
of
the
medical
upper hand.
terms at me. I'm like, I'm about to throw up, honey. I don't even fuck.
You're like, I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah.
Hell
I'll
yeah.
throw up watching House. Like she starts talking about like the stuff she sees, and I'm like, oh no, no. You had to put what in? Oh,
He had to do what to where?
Mm-mm.
You had to stuff it in his kidney directly? Interesting.
How much blood did you say? Exactly. More than a pint, or
No, man, I understand that one. I said, people I was with before, they worked in like the hospital, and I'd hear their stories, and like, come like, yeah, we had to do CPR, we're doing that, and all this stuff was coming up, and it was spitting up stuff everywhere, and I was like, don't touch me.
blood and viscera.
I'm like, don't touch me. Go
Wash your
shower.
fucking hands. Wash your fucking hands.
Just shower and bleach, and then throw those clothes in the fire.
Yeah.
Like, I'll buy you new scrubs. Throw those in the fire.
Bro, I'm still on this book.
You're much further than I expected you to be.
I'm over 500 pages in, and it's a little. I mean, it says like 700 pages, let's say.
Yeah, but you got all these
But
like
like
reference shit.
Let's say I got another 120 pages left or something.
Yeah, it looks
It'll be like a pretty quick. By the time we have a next episode, I'll tell you what I think. I'll give you my rating, a 1 through 10. What did I give Veronica Decides to Die?
I think you said like 8.5 or something.
Like an 8.6 maybe or something, 8.7,
Yeah.
8.9 maybe even.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know yet. We're gonna see. I know it's so far it's in the 9s.
That's what's up. I don't think I can mentally handle a book like that.
It is a lot. It's been a lot. And it's been a lot emotionally too. I'm not even going to lie to you. You read stuff like this and there's a lot of a love story attached to it. House of Leaves, by the way, for those of you who were not following. This is House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. And it's the remastered full color edition. It's just like a bunch of crazy shit. But yeah, it's been disorienting. I mean, I've had to turn it upside down. You have to read some of it in a mirror.
You were telling me about that.
It's
about how
too
like
much, man. It's
there's
so
like
much.
footnotes and stuff. It's
You're
like
reading it, and it'll take you a footnote, and it'll say, footnote 218. You go down to the bottom for 218, and all of a sudden the footnote is the story, and you're like just reading the whole footnote. So it's Johnny Truant found this trunk, and the trunk contained this unpublished manuscript written by this guy named, what is it? Oh man, hold on now. But yeah, basically Johnny Truant is like the main person who's like apparently rewriting this whole thing. Zampano. I was having a mental block. But found this trunk of Zampano's unpublished manuscript, and he's like rewriting it all from what like he can find. And some of it apparently has been like burned out or scratched out and is illegible. And so he'll try to like decipher it. He's like, I've tried to decipher this the best I can, and he'll write what he can and then take you to a footnote. And he cited sources. Like some of the sources are fictitious sources. Some of them are real. Some of, like, you're reading it upside down. You have to turn it. Like, it takes you through a maze. Or he's walking upstairs, and all of a sudden, as you're reading it, you have to read like this and read up the stairs as you're, it's just you really got to put a lot of effort. And I apologize, because in the past, I was like, oh, here's the deal. I heard it was like some sort of word type of fiction. And I said ergonomic or something like that at some point, which is like workworkplace efficiency.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's like exercise.
It's
body,
ergodic. Ergodic literature.
Still,
which means it's non-trivial in nature, and it requires effort upon reading, and it sure does. But it's been emotionally taxing to read it as well. Yeah. The subject matter.
But yeah, you definitely like. I know from the week 2 to week 3, you would read a little bit, and then you definitely have taken a jump in the past week on it. I'm sure a lot of that's with, you said you're on the workers' comp and stuff right now, so you probably had a little bit more time.
I've had more time, yeah.
Time with it.
Yep, I have.
Hell yeah. Any other, you said you went to like that mall, like indoor, outdoor mall. Any other like cool places in there you run into?
There was a shop that sold like herbs and spices, which gave me an idea for something for us at some point. It was Colonel D's Herbs and Spices.
Oh, so you sent me pictures. That place that had like, it was like, they had some like spicy stuff. And
they
like
would they ground everything in house, like their own spices and everything like that, and they like created these wonderful everything. Like, it's so cool. Anybody who's into herbs or spices or anything like hot chili or stuff like that, even if it's not hot, I mean they've got it, and it's all like organic, and it's straight there, and it's like them doing it all right in the place and bottling it all up. But like I'm not here to blow up their company. I just want to point out to the fact that when I was in there, I found some crazy cool that like not only hot sauces that like looked like they could be hot, but ones that were like actually good, like ones that were going to be like they looked tasty. And they showed you the heat levels, and the heat levels weren't like crazy out of this world. They were hot, but they were like ones where you would want to put these on something and genuinely eat them.
That's the thing with like hot sauce. Some people ask me like, I don't understand how you like hot sauce. I like to like taste my food. I'm like, then you're eating the wrong hot sauce.
Then you're eating the wrong fucking hot sauce.
Because like there's levels of like spice and like hot. And, like there's points where like it just hurts and like why?
Yeah, and if it has no
flavor and like it gets a little bit of heat, which just adds a little bit of like excitement to the food. It's different than when you just take a bite and you're like, I can't breathe.
Yeah,
water.
That's a whole different level of intensity. The super hots. They created a
like
show
the one chip challenges. Like you ever done one of those?
So that's one of the things Jay does on his podcast, bro. They do the what is it? Taki or not Taki?
The Pocky, like Paqui or something.
Pocky one chip challenge, which he'll do it on there with people on the podcast. That was one of the things the Native brand did.
Yeah, because I've seen that. You can buy those at stores and stuff.
A lot of people do it, but they're supposedly like one chip can debilitate you. I want to try it.
We should do it.
I want to try it, and honestly,
pause it. Let's go get it.
Here's what I want to do. I want to try it either on this podcast where like we start the episode and I eat the chip right at the beginning, and then I have to talk to you the entire podcast after having consumed that.
Yeah, I feel like that could backfire.
It could,
because it's like if we struggle with it, then it's just gonna be like half podcast of what the fuck, man?
Well, I mean, it's still entertaining. I think. I think
it's more entertaining to our video viewers.
So the other thing we could do it on is our alternative.
The other channel.
It's called No One Asked, and it's a YouTube channel. And
I'll try my best to remember to put the link in the description and stuff for that.
It's another thing we just started, so don't like look at it.
And
like
these
guys are pros. We fucking suck balls.
Yeah, we're getting better. All this shit.
We're gonna get better at all this.
But we're looking like it's kind of a thing we're just gonna be doing. Fun little games and challenges and shit like that together. Just kind of another place where we can just be our dumbass selves and have fun with it. And but yeah, I think that'd be definitely a better place for doing something like that. Just because that's something that visually is also like a lot of that is the visual entertainment side. Watching us suffer.
Yeah.
Our lovely audio listeners are just gonna hear us breathing heavy and suffering.
You're right. That probably wouldn't be the best thing.
Like
I'd be like.
Like, am I on the wrong pod? Is this a porn? The fuck? Just us. Give me the fucking milk, bro. Give me the milk. He needs some milk. But anyways, yeah, man, it's that's cool. That's cool. You got to go and do a little adventure and stuff.
Yeah, I had a really good time. I'm really blessed. I feel like just so blessed, man.
Hell yeah, man. And so it's good that you've been like doing stuff, and I think overall, both of us are just in good places, especially since we met each other. Just like
I really needed that too. I was feeling bummed that I hurt myself at work. You know,
but I think in the grand scheme of things, just like from when we met to now, I feel like in whole we're in much better.
I agree.
Mental places.
I was a train wreck when we met, bro.
Both of us, bro. I mean,
we were. We are both in very toxic little thingies.
But but I think just overall we're in better places, both mentally and just like I'm in probably some of the best shape physically, and like I'm still not like shredded, but like I'm in good shape. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm in a good got a good job. Like I just think overall a lot of things have been moving in the right direction. Whether it's it's not fast and things don't need to move quickly, but I think we're just both moving in the right path.
I think so
stuff. Too. Good jobs, good people around us.
Yeah,
and that's what's important. You got on a couple trips though. You went Disney, and now you've done that little adventure. You've had yourself a little adventurous month or so here.
Yeah, well, a couple months. Yeah, this has been a really cool thing, and it's my birthday coming up. March 22nd. I'm going to be
Damn,
34.
22nd. So what? Today's the 10th. So that's like middle of the week.
And my girlfriend's birthday is the 13th.
So that's only a couple days. That's Wednesday, right?
And I share the same birthday with my stepbrother, the
That's
22nd.
unfortunate.
And I share the same birthday with my girlfriend's father.
That's unfortunate.
And my dad's birthday is March 19th.
A lot of people.
A lot of March birthdays. And my niece's birthday is March 31st.
Just narrow it down. March is the birthday is for. So what happened 9 months ago?
What?
What was going on 9 months ago then?
What do you mean? 9 months ago.
June. Why was everybody procreating in June around your life?
June is a big bang month.
Big month of the lovemaking.
Yeah, so
you thought it was Valentine's Day.
Let's think about what's around June.
And shit. That's the thing. I can't think of what's in June. It's like
April
Mother's or Father's
showers
Day.
bring May flowers. May flowers
Let's see here.
brings June.
Is there any like holidays
June
in June?
what?
But like that's about 9 months
babies.
before March. So like
June banging.
apparently it just brings June banging. What's my calendar? Let's see here. See if there's anything we're not remembering about June.
I don't know. There's got to be something in June that makes people horny, huh?
Apparently, I mean Father's Day,
You know, when I was growing up.
Flag Day. That's it, man.
Oh, it's Flag Day.
Be getting
Sure,
people
I forgot all
fucking
about Flag Day, bro.
hurt, bro.
Dude, Flag Day gets me ripped. I'm fully torqued on Flag Day every year.
Memorial Day is at the end of May.
Explains it.
So I mean, lots of partying and drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Memorial Day.
You know what I was
So,
thinking, though, when I
A
was
lot of
growing up?
inebriated memorial babies.
The one thing that I remember is we had in our yard all these trees that when they were in bloom, they smelled like semen every year. And I would tell my dad, I'd be like, Dad, this smells like cum, this tree. And he's like, Nick, it's a fucking tree. And I'm like, no, this smells like cum. Look it up. It's a cherry blossom tree or something like that. And it actually does. It's known to smell like cum when it's in bloom. It's a real fucking thing. Everyone was telling me I was crazy. They're like, Nick, why do you think stuff smells like cum? Why do you even know what cum smells like? What do you,
Why you
what do you mean
cum?
it kind of tastes like it? When did you taste cum? I don't know. Look, just look it up. It's a real thing.
Chemical known as amines are the culprit for the smell of these flowers produce. The amines contain a bunch of words that smell similar to ammonia, and you know what else contains ammonia? That's right, semen.
Just if you type into Google what tree smells like semen, it will immediately pop up and it will tell you an answer exactly why. Like type that exact thing into Google. What tree
it's a
smells like
Kaylee
semen?
pear tree.
Kaylee. Oh, it's a pear, not
Calorie pear. That's
a
what
calorie pear.
Yeah, calorie pear tree.
Yeah, and in bloom, it actually smells like jizz.
The Bradford or calorie pear tree.
Also known as the jizz tree.
That's fucking weird.
It's real. It's a real thing. And it is so pungent. And he had them like lining the driveway. So you would walk out and I would just be like, ooh, that's cum.
Who fucked?
Damn.
Who be
Mom, Mom, where are my socks? Where are my socks?
Oh, I told you not to do my laundry.
Yeah. Said stay out of that bin.
Mom, did you throw my socks out
Yeah, I
again?
thought it was like the fucking dryer shooting out the side of the house. Like it was my fucking cum socks.
Man,
No, it was your fucking trees, Dad.
Multiple cum sacks.
It was your fucking
So
trees.
yeah, June you've got Memorial Day at the end of May. June is also LGBTQ plus month, which Father's Day in the middle of the month.
Makes you want to be a daddy.
Dads be getting what they want for the.
It's
that,
in June.
That and their birthdays.
It is in
Only 2
June.
days
Father's
that
Day's in
you
June.
get what you want, right?
Is it Father's Day that's in June? Is what you're telling
16th.
me?
Yep, June 16th.
Okay, so that's the deal. That's why it is what it is. It's Father's Day comes around. Oh, I'm not a daddy. It makes me think about my daddy. It makes me want to be a daddy. Let me put a baby in you. Let's get it on.
Or is it Juneteenth? Is that what's getting it going?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what Juneteenth is? It's like pretty much the day, and like, is best way I can put it is celebrating like the end of slavery and things like that.
Oh,
And like it's like
they call it Juneteenth. for that?
Juneteenth.
They couldn't have come up with a better name for the end of slavery.
there's a reason it's called that, and I have to remember.
I'm
why.
disappointed. There's got to be a better name that they could have given it instead of Juneteenth. End of slavery.
There's a reason it's called Juneteenth. It's a holiday celebrated on June 19th to commemorate the emancipation of enslaved people, and the holiday is first celebrated in Texas in 1865 in the aftermath of the Civil War.
Enslaved people were declared free under the term of the 1862 Emancipation Proclamation, which is a wonderful thing. But why call it Juneteenth?
Because it's the June 19th.
Oh,
so they just call it Juneteenth.
It says late 19th century blend of June and 19th. Juneteenth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it. But it's a stupid fucking name, and I stand by that. And anybody who wants to fight me over it,
it's kind of crazy. But yeah, that's what Juneteenth is.
He goes, Nick, you're kind of crazy, buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna get canceled.
I think it's a stupid name.
Episode 4. We made it.
Cancel me for my opinion. Stupid fucking name. Juneteenth. Come up with something better. It's a more important day than Juneteenth.
We made it 4 episodes before Nick insulted Juneteenth. All right.
Yeah, let's see how offensive we can be. Let's get like South Park back in the 90s.
We also moved from cum trees to Juneteenth. And
cum trees should be the name of this episode, and I stand by it.
No, it's going to be cum trees and sexy octopi.
Sexy octopi and cum trees. Cum trees should come first.
Oh, God.
All good things do. Actually, I hated that tree. And I hated the fact that everyone made me seem crazy for thinking it smelled like cum.
Semen trees and sexy octopi. It's
not semen tree, it's a cum tree. That's just what it is. Let's move on.
What a fucking conversation that turned into.
Did you do anything fun this weekend at all?
Hung out with some friends and stuff.
Okay.
Things like that. Outside of that, just been hanging out at home, playing games and stuff like that. Just kind of spending some time for me. Really haven't done that in a couple of weeks. Kind of bounce around. I really don't stick to one. I try to shake it up so that I can enjoy a couple different things.
I was hoping to catch a glimpse. I can almost see it since you have that rounded
Well, it's right now. It's not even a game up. I have a chat room thing, and the app that all my games are on is open.
What porn video is that I'm looking at in the right hand corner?
So that's a.
Is that a midget?
No.
What's going on about?
No, it's a clown. It's a clown. It's not midgets. Goddamn.
A lot of balloons.
But no, it's I've been playing a bunch. I've played a little bit of Rocket League, things like that. Just I try to shake it up a bit more these days. I used to focus on one game, and then I would wear myself out of it to the point where it wasn't interesting anymore. So I try to bounce back and forth between stuff so it kind of stays fresh. But
good.
I've just been trying to spend time doing that, watching some TV, which is something I don't typically do, but I actually have a TV here now. Mm-hmm. So I've been taking some time watching some shows.
What would you choose to turn on? Let's say you're turning on the TV, you're trying to sit down. And now I understand there's different vibes, but let's say you just got home from work, you just want to get naked, lay on your couch, not move, sit there, eat hot wings.
Am I okay with falling asleep?
You're okay with falling asleep with hot wings in your hand?
Well, I'm not going to eat hot wings, but I get the idea. Mm-hmm.
Slob vibe.
If I'm just watching TV, I'm probably going to be putting on something like It's Always Sunny, things like that. Something where I'm going to be laughing.
But that's a good show.
But if I fall asleep, I'm not going to be upset I missed something because I've seen all of it. Family Guy, also throw that on.
I can't watch that anymore though.
Yeah, but those are things I put Family Guy on to go to bed. Something there. I know what's happening. I'm not.
I agree.
I'm not going to be focused on it.
We're in the same spot. What about Seinfeld?
Never watched it.
Really?
Never watched it. I've just now recently started watching anything with Friends. I never watched Friends either.
Friends, I'm a Seinfeld guy.
Well, I mean, I've never watched any of that stuff, so I don't even have a side.
I get what you're saying.
But so I was the only show I really got into was The Office. Before.
That's a good show too.
And then now I'm watching stuff no, It's Always Sunny, stuff like that.
Let's say you want to stay up, you want to get interested in something, you really want to sit down,
or a documentary.
Movie. That's the same here. Movie or a documentary, but it's got to be a good fucking
I watched
documentary.
Recently the Alexander one on Netflix. They did The Making of Alexander. It goes about his whole life and how that came to be.
Okay.
I watched one about the pirates of the in the Caribbean, the actual piracy era.
Okay.
When they first came to be, and the story of Blackbeard and stuff like that. I watched that one. Drunk History is a fun show. It's both funny but also informational. Mm-hmm. I love.
That's a creative show.
Yeah, I wish it was still around.
Yeah, it's not.
That
was on Spike, wasn't it?
Comedy Central.
What was on Spike? 1,000 Ways to Die.
Oh, never watched
something like that, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, probably also had Scarred or something like that.
I think that was MTV.
Yeah, but but I never watched like a lot of like the old cult classics. Like I've seen some Golden Girls. I didn't watch Seinfeld. Never watched Friends, Frasier, those kind of shows. Like I never really got into those. But I also like didn't watch TV in that time. I grew up outside, or if we were inside. My sister had control of the TV for the most part, and so it was always Disney Channel. Like
Yeah.
but like I never really watched Seinfeld. Like I've seen probably parts of episodes in passing.
What about when you were growing up? What were your growing up TV shows, like kid shows?
I didn't really. I mean, Tom and Jerry, a lot of like Looney Tunes stuff. Cat Dog, Ren and Stimpy,
Rocko's Modern Life. Were you allowed to watch? I wasn't allowed to watch Rocko's. I
don't think I ever watched Rocko's, but
I
like
was
Courage
told
the
to stop
Cowardly
watching Power
Dog.
Rangers even.
I watched Power Rangers and stuff. Like like
I would
Ooze.
fight people. And my parents said, "Don't watch this anymore
Oh yeah,
because you're fighting now."
I just wanted all the toys.
I was so impressionable, dude.
And then I grew up, and we found one of my old Power Ranger like action figures. So we tried to blow it up with fireworks.
Those villains were terrifying.
They were like terrifying, but also you could tell they were made definitely in some sort of drug trip state.
They would come out. They'd be like,
And
"I'm here to murder your
They'd have like the
villains."
most deformed shit. But like those were all created under the influence of some sort of
What was
drug.
that ooze guy? It was like purple ooze.
Oh,
Dr.
yeah,
Ooze or something?
I remember it was like Dr. But the Ooze guy that was like one of the main movies.
And he would like, yeah, dude. He'd
Yeah,
like
the
put
whole
kids in a trance or parents in a trance through the TV.
Yeah, and like they were
and
all
like their fake cereal.
I just remember from that movie the scene with the roller skating, and I was like, I want to roller skate just because of that one scene where they're like rushing across the whole city in like rollerblades, doing all these tricks.
The Power Rangers were?
Yeah,
Dude, they were like they were so acrobatic. Those people were they like professional acrobats? They did all their own stunts.
or at least their stunt doubles did.
They were like professional. No, dude, that had to. Wow.
Stunt doubles are very convincing if done right.
I would be curious to know if the Power Rangers did their own stunts.
Yeah, if you know, let us know.
If you know, let us know. We're not gonna look it up.
But yeah, so like I grew up on that kind of stuff, but I also didn't watch a lot of TV. I just grew up beating the shit out of my sister with a stick outside, thinking it was a sword because I watched Lord of the Rings the other day. I was like, I have a sword now. On guard, I'd hand her a stick and be like, fight back, and she goes, I don't know, dude. I just beat the shit out of her with it.
Swords are cool.
And then there's just a skill issue at that point. Like you should have learned how to fight with the sword. That sounds like you didn't.
I had a friend growing up that kept weapons on his wall.
Nice. I wish I did.
6th, 7th, 8th grade. I mean, this kid
Might hang a
just
bunch of
had
weapons in here.
walls of weapons.
If it wasn't for this ridiculous pattern on the wall, I would hang stuff.
I always wondered how he afforded thousands of dollars worth of old school, like medieval weapons.
Probably just gifts.
Gifts, or just like as he got money and just decided to collect them. He was a cool dude too.
Yeah, but some of them are actually relatively like not too bad, especially back in the day.
What's that store in the mall that like just you walk into and it's just like they just sell medieval swords and like weapons and stuff and like he's like, here's a samurai sword, here's a medieval like
Is it FYE?
Like
Didn't they start selling shit like
not
that?
FYE. That's for your entertainment. That's like CDs and records and like,
Not even anymore, dude.
Well, now
FYE
you
is
go
just
in there and
garbage. It's like a hot topic.
wow, it's like stuff related to.
Yeah, but I mean that store. Like I don't remember the name of it, but I know which one. Like everyone, like I definitely know which one you're talking about. Just like random swords and like
It's always something
video
weird.
game
I don't even
replica
know if it always
stuff.
has the same name, you know.
Yeah, there's always one though. There's always one.
You feel like you're gonna break everything that you touch when you walk in there.
Hell yeah, I want to. It sounds fun. Just grab the biggest sword off their wall and just start swinging it like a madman.
It's like that Zombieland scene.
I don't know if I've ever seen Zombieland.
Oh, you never saw that movie?
Is Zombieland the one with what's it?
Jesse Eisenberg and what's the other dude with the face?
with the face.
Yeah, he's got that the
He's
eyes and a nose.
I know who you're talking about. He's the.
He has a mouth too.
But yeah, I've seen that movie once. Double tap. Always make sure you double tap them.
Yeah, that's a good film. There's a scene in there where like they're breaking apart like a random store in a mall, just like trashing everything just to let out steam, and so much. They looked like they were having so much fun.
You ever gone to a rage room?
No, but here's my fear with those. I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt myself. Like I'll shatter glass and cut my tendon again or something.
Yeah, I think a lot of them have.
Like, do you have to wear a full suit?
I know you have to wear like masks and gloves and things like that, and I think they limit like what all you're allowed to like hit and like break.
Like it's not like you're just like they're just putting TVs in front of you and you're just like bashing their TV in.
TVs,
right?
plates. I'm sure there's a bunch of different things.
How much do you think it would be?
To go to a rage room?
to do it all. Like, let's say you're busting all this equipment up. Like, how much are you paying to go bust all that equipment up?
I have no idea.
And I would just hope that I wouldn't get hurt in the process.
Let's
I guess.
find
And plus,
out
I guess I'm not angry
price
enough
wise.
to just like beat the shit out of things. Yeah.
So there's someone in Akron here.
They have like a bats on the wall. It looks like that's so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it could be fun, but I don't think I'd want to do it when I'm actually angry. And like, just like, because I feel like that if you do angry things, like violent
30
things when
minutes,
you're angry, it
$30.
just trains your brain to do violent things.
40 items per person. 30 minutes, $30 per person. 2 to 4 participants. So like we could go for $60 for a half hour.
And just break things.
Just break stuff.
Yeah.
And there's paint rooms where apparently you could like splatter paint around.
What's the final boss one? That looks fun.
I don't know.
You get to fight Godzilla?
Paint room.
Paint room. That's Dayglow. Meet our team. Andy, Trevor.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if. But yeah, they have a bunch of different stuff though.
I guess it could be all right. I don't know. To me,
It looks like you just go in there and like splatter paint and stuff on stuff. I don't know. It's weird.
okay.
But I mean,
I could be in the right. I could see what people love about it. For
the
me,
break room though is the one where it's like
just imagining shattering glass and like getting hurt on some bullshit. I wonder what
provided
the
with an ample
liability
supply of
is.
stuff to smash. Some of our favorites are glasses, dishes,
VHS tapes, and computer keyboards.
I've smashed a couple keyboards in my life.
I would have loved this in my 20s. In my 20s, this would have been.
But I
my
gotta
vibe.
hurry up so I can still love it.
Yeah, you'll grow out of shit like this.
The countdown for my 20s
I
is
don't care about breaking.
is
I
on.
don't want to be destructive. I want to be creative. I want to build things.
the
I
paint
wanna
room
build up the world, not tear it down.
where we just wear a bunch of like clothes coverings and splatter paint all over canvases and stuff.
Oh yeah, Ben, Kelly, Andy, Trevor, come and get it.
But yeah, I've seen rage rooms and stuff. I just never actually did it. I had my period of smashing things. I smashed plenty of computer keyboards without paying
Fucking
to
too
do
many
it.
hands, man. Too many walls. Too much drywall. Too many fists to the wall.
I never really punched. I think I punched a wall once, and then I was like, I'm never doing that
I
again.
put my head through a wall one time. I was like, what am I doing?
This doesn't make any sense.
Why am I doing this?
This just hurts me,
My wall looks like shit now.
and I
hate
have
it.
a headache.
And I'm not gonna get this deposit back.
That's the worst when you're renting and you mess something up. You're like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
And then you start doing the math. Like, if I fix it, do I make enough back to make it worth fixing it? Because like if I can fix it and still get my deposit back,
I'm so glad I grew out of that whole like angry 20s like vibe.
yeah.
It's so bad.
But yeah, man. As far as my week though, it's just been more of one of just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
We kind of running at full speed for the past couple weeks, especially learning this stuff, getting this stuff moving. But we're kind of getting on a decent schedule now. We got pretty much most of the equipment and stuff in here.
Yeah.
A couple little things we're still going to adjust, but like we changed up your mic stand.
Yeah, and I'm glad too because I listened to the last one that we did and I could barely hear me. I keep getting away from this thing. It's nothing to do with our equipment. It's me just like not deep throating the mic.
He like
enough.
talks and then he like moves and adjusts. And
I'll be over here. I'll be talking like this. I'll be like, hey man, it's like and I like this about us. I like this day. I like that. Like, could you fucking hear me at all? No. I'm like, what was I
But-
doing?
We learn, we move, and we get better. But I think it's been moving pretty decent.
Yeah, I would say so. I like this. I like
But I said I definitely enjoyed the past week. I said it was just more relaxing. Weather was nice for a good portion of
It's
the week.
fucking snowing out here right now.
Yeah.
That's what's wild. It's like
it was
3 days ago it was
60,
70,
degrees.
60s and 70s, yeah.
And now it's snowing.
Now it's fucking snow and it's accumulating on the ground.
It
It's not just like
accumulated,
snowing.
it melted, now it's accumulating again. It's been a weird day.
It's the most bipolar weather.
Yeah. That's why this state is goddamn garbage.
I just want to say I want to point out that there are 6 seasons instead of 4. Okay, and I think this is important.
There's 400 seasons. What are you talking about?
January and February are winter.
I don't even believe that anymore. Because it was nicer in February than it has been at all in this month.
March and April are unlocking. And then you have spring, May and June. May and June are spring. Then you have July and August, winter, fall.
I think
September and October. What are those?
Mhm.
What? Or July and August are not fall. I fucked up there. They're summer. September, October are fall. November, December would be locking. And then you have winter, January and February.
I don't even believe it though, because it never lines up like
Because
that.
think about it. Think about it.
Halftime, November, December will be the worst winter months, and then January and February you're fine.
No. Even if you
it didn't
start
even snow in January and February this year.
November and December cannot be winter. They're locking. It's like where everything really starts to just like get cold, tighten up, and lock over. And then you have your full winter. You've got your winter, and it's January and February. Like you're going to get snow in January and February for the most part.
We had so much more snow before January.
And it's the coldest months, January and February.
Barely got any during this past 2 months.
And then everyone goes,
though.
oh, spring, March is spring. No, it's fucking depressing to think of March as spring. It's still almost midway through March, and now you've got snow still. And then why did they say April showers bring May flowers, right? That's why May is spring. April, you got March and April. Those are unlocking. It's where everything starts to kind of like, all right, now it was cold. It's still cold, but it's going to unlock a little bit. You're going to start seeing some things pop up. We're unlocking the doors to spring. And then you've got spring. May and June. July, August.
I think the unlocking is more like February, March. But it's just like we haven't seen snow since like the beginning of January.
But even if you didn't like consolidate it to strictly 2 months a season instead of 4 months a season,
Yeah.
If
I definitely think there's like, I think there needs to be like a transition periods. It's just, I don't know. The fact that it snowed way more in like November, December, and then it was like, all right, I'm done with it. And it's like, never mind, I'm back.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the most, and especially out here, I don't think there is any just time. It's just whatever it fucking decides to be. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So it was literally 70 degrees 2 days ago, and it's going to be 70 again in 2 more days.
I've started to think of the world in 6 seasons, at least here. And if you're in Arizona, fuck it.
There's one.
Farmer's Almanac doesn't even apply. Like, we don't even do daylight savings in Arizona.
It's just one. It's just hot.
It's just season.
It's just death.
Well, it is season out here.
It is.
anytime someone
what time
says
of year
something
is
in
it?
Arizona,
Hot?
you're like, man, fuck, it's hot out here. Well, it is season.
It's like if you live in like Alaska, or like the really far north or really far south, there's not times a day.
Damn, it's cold tonight. Ooh, true. But it's season, remember?
Well, no, but it's also like, I'm saying like if really far north, really far south, it's not times a day. Because it's just day for weeks. And then it's night for weeks.
Well, Alaska, yeah, parts of Alaska.
Well, I was saying the further north you go, that happens. It's not just like Alaska's just the furthest north we have.
Yeah.
But like Antarctica and stuff, it'll just be daylight for weeks.
That's why no one fucking lives there.
Or like fucking go into like the upper parts of like Canada. It's just weeks of night or day.
Is that Canada too? Does Canada actually get it?
Yeah, it's just it's the further in the hemisphere you go. It's not just a certain area. It's just the further up towards the poles you go.
Yeah.
Because they stay pointed one way.
But I didn't know if Canada reached up that far.
Yeah, Canada goes further up than you have to go through Canada, and like Alaska's next to it.
Yeah, but it's towards the pole.
Yeah, Canada goes higher than Alaska.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm not the best with geography, but I know it's not like, it kind of depends on like what part it's pulling towards, is my understanding of it.
Yeah, because like Alaska's here.
Alaska's in the top left-hand corner of the U.S.,
This
right?
is all Canada.
And you've got... Yeah, but it's not that it goes up that way. It's not that it goes north, right? Isn't it that it goes north?
Oh, it goes north. So like Alaska's just the
Northwest?
furthest north we have.
Yeah.
The pole's just up here. Like it all goes this, like no matter which way you're up here, it's all going.
Where's technically the top of the sphere, would you say?
Right here. This all technically joins together, remember?
Right there, yeah. Well, I know that.
It like wraps around. So like this is like the very bottom and then the very top.
Yeah.
So it all moves north. Like Alaska is the furthest we have, but like Canada goes up into here, and then you got like Greenland here.
Mm-hmm. So is all of Greenland and all of Iceland area, like is that?
Like so like this is Greenland. Iceland's down here.
Yeah, but is that far enough? Is Iceland far enough? to the point where it's experiencing that time?
Yeah.
So you're saying Iceland has those periods at the same time where it's, huh? I didn't know if all of those did, or if it was just simply that segment closer to that part of the ocean in that area.
Yeah, the longest day in Iceland is multiple days from May through July where the sun doesn't set.
Holy fucking shit. That's disorienting. Now, how bad does it get in Alaska? How many days? There's multiple days, but like how many days? 22 hours of functional
that's
daylight.
the solstice. So I'm trying to find.
Because isn't there a period of time in Alaska where there's like 30 full days of night? Like a full month? I'm pretty sure there's like one time where they experience one full month of just darkness.
Alaska,
which has to ruin your like, mental state.
Without sunset.
I think it's one of the most dangerous places to live, too. 2 months?
The sun does not set in Alaska for more than 2 months is because Earth's the tilt and stuff. But yeah, so there's 2 month periods where it's just daylight.
And it's only in Alaska, though.
No, that's just, I looked up Alaska.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not, I think it's just because of where it's positioned according to the axis. I'm not saying, I don't think it's, if as long as you go this far north, you're always going to experience that. I really don't. I think it's because of the way.
Yeah, Norway has 24 hours of daylight for as long as 76 days.
Oh, wow.
It's not just Alaska.
So what else? What else aside from Norway? Are there like a lot of places?
Iceland experiences 20 to 22 hours of daylight in June. That's like, even when they have sunsets, only 2 hours of night, technically. Like...
but is that always? That's just in June for them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But it all depends on the time of year, because like the Earth eventually rotates away. Yeah. That's why you have periods of night too. So I can go back here and be like without sunrise. 60 days without seeing.
Don't just type in the longest period without sunrise. Type in what areas of the world experience a lack of sunlight or sun. You know what I mean? What areas?
Especially in tropical countries such as Malaysia, mainly due to the sun avoidance.
No, that's limited sun. They're saying you still didn't type in what I said. You just typed in.
Well, you said lack of sunlight.
What areas of the world you said what area experience lack of sunlight? What areas of the world experience lack of sunlight? Yep, there you go. Where on the planet gets the most and least sun? It will immediately take... You need to ask Google direct questions rather than just do this whole what area search thing. Everybody just does like few words thinking it's going to give them...
still not answering. It's like explaining daylight and...
No. It literally just said...
Amount of daylight per day, North Pole, Arctic Circle, Anchorage...
London.
But that's like, this is only like the big name. Like,
Tropic of Cancer.
Stuff in here that we can't see.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, but I was just trying to like look at where it stops on the thing. Because it's a weird area that gets it, but it is like a very particular area. I mean, regardless, we're not scientists, but I think it's interesting. Could you imagine though? Think about it. Even 30 days, even a week, man, where all you have is night. Don't you think that would drive you crazy? And if you look it up, Alaska is one of the most dangerous places to live. Their crime rate is insane. And rape,
Finland, Sweden,
and
Alaska,
murder.
Canada, Iceland, Norway. Countries where the sun almost never sets.
Finland, Sweden, Alaska, Canada, Iceland, Norway.
Like that's night. That's starting to get. It's just such long periods of
daylight,
just daylight or nightlight, because it'll do the opposite when it's away from the sun.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just be 2 months of dark.
It's just got to be really disorienting, man.
It's got to be depressive.
It's got to really fuck with your circadian rhythm. You know, they got to have blackout curtains for everything.
Because you had to sleep at some point, but like I've seen videos of people like go and like do like a camping expedition in like Antarctica, and they're literally just daylight the whole time they're there. So like trying to keep track of time. Where like out here we can like watch the sun, have an idea of time of day.
Yeah.
If you go to Antarctica, it's just daylight. Good luck figuring out time of day, my dude.
Think about the people that discovered that, right? Back before they
Like,
had
how
like
long have we
fucking
been here?
wristwatches. They'd be like, they'd get there and they'd, oh man, this day is lasting fucking forever, bro.
Like, yeah,
They
okay.
think, did we
It's,
enter a
it's
fucking
noon.
portal?
All right. When we get to like 5 p.m., we'll find camp.
Yeah, think about the
Sun just
explorers
doesn't
before you
move.
even have a concept of like astrology.
That is wild.
Or it's astronomy, right? Astronomy would be the
Astrology stars.
Astrology stars, yeah. So I fucked that up. But astronomy, I mean, like before we even had knowledge of that, like before Galileo and that sort of thing, like the people who were traveling around and like you experience an area when was Alaska discovered?
Oh,
That's a good question. I want to know when Alaska was discovered because I'm telling you, the person who went there, if it was before Galileo,
I'm sure it was
no idea.
14,000
14,000 BC, way before.
Yeah. So like back when there was a bridge that went from Alaska to
Upper
Russia.
Paleolithic period around 14,000 BC when foraging groups crossed the Bering Land Bridge into what is now western Alaska.
Yeah, because there used to be a land bridge between where Russia and Alaska.
Oh, that's right. The whole fucking topography was different.
Yeah, this right here used to connect.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Will it tell you what people thought when they first experienced that?
I mean, I don't
That's a
think
deep
there was
search.
much.
Yeah, a deep search.
Yeah, well,
There's
it's also
probably nothing to be
40,000.
recorded. Yeah, there's nothing to
wasn't
be
written
recorded.
language.
Yeah.
It wasn't written language. They were like, must hunt, get food.
Didn't even know what to fucking do. That's wild, man. That's just so wild to think.
But
What
yeah.
about being now you think about it back then, like all that different shit, like it makes me really mind blown that I'm born in this time period.
Yeah, because like, but the thing, like, it's like you're
Like of all the
you're
time
thankful you're
periods.
born here, but also like you wouldn't know what you're missing back then.
Well,
because-
or I was already a part of all these different time periods. I believe in reincarnation personally.
yeah, but you wouldn't know that.
No, I don't
You'd be
believe you'll have-
reincarnated, but you don't.
I don't believe you'll ever have recollection of it. I believe certain things will resonate with you so hard to a point where sometimes you'll be like, oh,
Why
wait
am
a
I drawn to
second,
this?
something- why is
Yeah,
this? But
but-
I do.
But yeah, definitely thinking back, like looking at history, it's like, damn.
Wow. Like, holy.
Like you imagine,
Fuck.
like war before it was fought. Like you had to get a sword and go fight that motherfucker
Could
hand
you
to hand.
imagine if someone just like time traveled here from like any other period and then just
They would
walked in this
have a
room,
heart attack.
walked in this room even and saw this equipment in here?
They'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?
I
Why
think-
are there suns on posts?"
Yeah.
Like,
What the fuck?
speaking of language that doesn't exist because
Yeah. I wonder what they would
modern
say.
English is fucked
Wha-
compared to.
What do you think their like expression was when they were surprised back in the day? Like when you see, like we go, "What the fuck?" What do you think? Like
Who knows?
before the
Because-
written language, what do you think?
What are they fucking? the fuck? Goddamn pterodactyl in this bitch. Are we gonna
It would
end
sound
on
like the fuckers from
pterodactyls?
Bone Tomahawk.
Pterodactyl
bro. Just
cavemen.
this, like just piercing fucking.
I apologize to all of the audio listeners. I will cut that.
No, he won't.
That's
We're
gonna,
put-
hurt people.
We'll-
I will quiet it, but
We'll quiet it, but you need to experience the extent of that.
so title is Cum Trees, Sexy Octopus, and Pterodactyl Cavemen. All right. But anyway, bro, it was good to hang out with you again,
Dude,
man.
I'm so happy that we're here again.
Hell yeah. But again, week
Thanks for
4,
sticking around for sure, and definitely say hello to your mother for me.
Man, tell somebody you love them. We'll be back next week.
We will.
See you soon.
I love you.